Hey guys,
Hi,
it's Erica.
and Nicholas.
And we're back.
We're back.
To use the Myers Briggs Personality Test to tell you more about your favorite celebrity, influencer, and in this case,
Presidential. We're going all the way to the top.
Yeah. Literally politician. I know there's a lot of reasons why people may not trust politicians. Maybe they come off as like shady behind the scenes, but like we're going to tell you everything you need to know about Miss Kamala Harris. So sit back, enjoy. If you don't know that much about the Myers Briggs Personality Test, don't worry, we'll walk you through it, baby steps, one at a time. And if you do, then you can follow along with us. Without further ado, we're gonna react to some videos of her and tell you more about her.
I also believe, and it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was... And Joe, I'm so proud.
That little girl was her. So Kamala Harris is a ENFJ. So letters on the screen, her functions stand for an extrovert, intuitive, feeler, and judger. We're gonna go through the functions that she contains within that sequence of letters. So usually for every of the 16 personalities, each of us has a set of 4 functions, preferences that we lean towards, or how we look at the world, or how we navigate the world, and they have varying degrees of intensity. So Kamala's, first and foremost, is extroverted feeling.
Bam.
Do you want to tell them a bit about it?
Extroverted feeling is the emotional appeal function. It's kind of like the function that wraps around, it's kind of like the vampire function, go suck your blood. They go come around and be like, how are they feeling? And just like smack down.
No, literally. So it takes what other people are feeling and what other people are saying and what other people are doing.
And models it in the real world.
Internalizes it, makes it a part of their own identity, and then, like you said, models it outwards. So that's what Kamala is displaying right now, is she is not competing with Biden with cold hard facts.
Yeah.
This is an opinion of how she was feeling. This is a representation of what she's recalling of how her heart was feeling.
Yeah. And
that's why she's so powerful, because there hasn't been very many presidents who are able to appeal to the heartstrings of America. Other ENFJs, famous ones, include
Martin Luther King Jr., Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama. Trailblazers.
Really important figures in history. So we understand that there's some backlash about Kamala, but we're here to talk about what she symbolizes, what she really has in her heart, and how that can affect the rest of the world. So, next things next.
And I do so mindful of all the heroic and ambitious women before me, whose sacrifice, determination, and resilience makes my presence here today even possible. This is a moment of real consequence for America. Everything we care about, our economy, our health, our children, the kind of country we live in, it's all on the line. We're reeling from the worst public health crisis in a century. The president's mismanagement of the pandemic has plunged us into the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. And we're experiencing a moral reckoning with racism and systemic injustice that has brought a new coalition of conscience to the streets of our country, demanding change. America is crying out for leadership. Yet we have a president who cares more about himself than the people who elected him.
Riley?
Preach. That was a really great segue into the difference we were talking about how usually presidents are TE dominants, or just people that have...
Like Donald Trump.
like Donald Trump, his inferior function is FI. So a lot of what he's modeled throughout his presidency is an appeal to his own emotional stakes. And those are usually people like in the South and different segments of society. Kamala's biggest strength is that she's able to magnetize the entire, wavelength of what we need to have in society.
She's appealing to the masses. That's what her function is. She's ascribing meaning to the feelings of all of America, not just a certain segment like Donald Trump. Also, I wanted to say, first of all, she's so freaking gorgeous. She's stunning, which helps in a candidacy, presidency. That
Always.
People love pretty people, and especially just a Black ENFJ woman. If we can't have Michelle Obama, we have to have the next best thing. So I just want to say about ENFJs in general, I have a lot of best friends that are ENFJs, so I know a lot about them. They will talk about a movie character or a TV show character like they're their best friend. They know everything about them. They talk about other people a lot, not in a talk shit type of way, but they're creating their identity through the gaze of others.
Yes.
So I know Kamala's favorite thing is to talk mad shit about Donald Trump, and it looks like she's just obsessed with him and can't stop talking about him, but she is obsessed with him, and she doesn't want to stop talking about him. So that being said, I know that you guys are probably waiting for the moment that we talk about her past prosecution days of kind of mismanaging her power in the way of putting extended sentences on people who nowadays we consider undeserving of such. There's a lot of drug charges, a lot of mismanagement of trans healthcare in the prison system, but we are going to address that right now with this clip and our analysis. We're not going to defend it, but the whole point of us doing these videos, the whole point of you subscribing to our channel is that you learn more about the person and why they're doing the actions, not necessarily just to defend them, but to explain them. So,
good evening, Senator. Thank you for being here. You position yourself as aligned with the progressive movement to make criminal justice less punitive and racist, yet your record as a prosecutor shows that you embrace the tough on crime mentality. You've defended California's death penalty, and as California's Attorney General, your office opposed the release of nonviolent prisoners and violated the constitutional rights of various drug defendants. How do you reconcile your contradictory past with what you claim to support today?
I've been consistent my whole career. My career has been based on an understanding, one, that as a prosecutor, my duty was to seek and make sure that the most vulnerable and voiceless among us are protected. And that is why I have personally prosecuted violent crime that includes rape, child molestation, and homicide. And I have also worked my entire career to reform the criminal justice system, understanding, to your point, that it is deeply flawed and in need of repair.
Bam!
So I want to bring up an important function. It's her second function, or parent function, like we like to call it, which means it's more strict. It's very powerful, not as quite as powerful as her dominant function, which is extroverted feeling that we talked about earlier, but it is still powerful. It's just very concise. So introverted intuition, I like to think about it in simpler terms because I'm just that girl. It's the one answer function. So extroverted intuition would be the many answer function. Introverted intuition, the one answer function. So back in the past when she was a prosecutor and she was climbing up the ranks, I'm sure she had a goal in mind of maybe reaching the presidency or maybe, establishing great change, maybe eliminating systematic oppression. But in that moment, she thought that she was doing the right thing.
Exactly.
So introverted intuition always thinks that it's right.
The opposite of introverted intuition is introverted sensing, which is an accounting of the minor actions that you've done. It's kind of like the people that she left behind in those prison systems by means of just being so focused on what she knew was right at that moment. Does that make sense to you guys? So it's
there's less nuance.
Exactly. That reckoning is still following her, but the beautiful thing about ENFJs is that they're so open to changing.
So open to changing. That's literally their thing. Because they're so in tune with other people's emotions, they're so empathetic. I know people like to throw the word empathy around, but ENFJs are to their core empathetic. They can't help it. So with the world calling her out on all of her, mistreatment of her power, she's going to change.
Exactly.
She can't live with herself knowing that she may have messed up. She's going to take everyone's words into account. And she probably will address it soon. I'm sure if she does win the vice presidency, I'm sure the first thing she would do is address these past problems.
Part of the thing that she needs to remodel and the way that she comes up in next debates is just to be maybe a little more humble and a little more accepting of the way that she might have impacted people.
Yeah, because so the introverted intuition being the only answer function, she didn't have any malintent, but she just really believed that she was doing the right thing. She believed that there was a punishment for a crime and that she was going to go through with it. At this point, it's clear it didn't work out to anybody's favor. Just give her a chance. That's what I would like to say. ENFJs are really great, amazing, intelligent people who may come across too confident at times because they are very insecure. That is kind of like one of their toxic traits that they have about themselves.
Fluctuating.
So when she's talking like this, you know, she comes across very like assertive, very like, I've been consistent my whole life.
Behind the scenes,
It will probably be able to internalize it, think about this, and then address it in a humble way,
exactly.
like you said. I just hope you guys got a little more insight about who she is as a person versus the actions that she may have done that she probably would love to fix.
Exactly.
Love ENFJs. They're beautiful, gorgeous people. My best friends are ENFJs. They are very trustworthy and they are here to hear you out. They are usually therapists, teachers, mentors. That is literally their goal in life, is to use their power to increase the well-being of the people around them that they care about. So give her a chance. That's all I'm saying. With that being said, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching our videos. I would love it if you subscribe to our channel. So you know all that you need to know about your favorite celebrity, influencer, politician,
bam,
movie character. Maybe we'll get into that. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because I know you liked it. Check out my podcast on the Apple Podcast app. It's called The Gag Is with Erica and Camille. Follow us on Instagram. I am at It's Erica Madera, and Nicholas is
Rhetoric,
which is rhetoric with an N because his name is Nick.
Bam.
Thank you guys so much. Just remember to go out there and vote. That is the most important part of this whole video. It doesn't matter who you're voting for. Make your voice heard. It's so important for the state of our planet. Climate change is real. It's not a hoax. We need someone in the White House who wants to address it.
Yes.
And just remember, there's never a perfect candidate, but there are perfect YouTubers. So please subscribe. See you next time.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Wow, that was perfect.
Good job. Are we professionals?
We're amazing.